Hello friends, Anthony Blair back with you here on the Tunnel 25 here on YouTube.com. We're going to be talking about the WWE Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Of course, Extreme Rules will be live tomorrow night from the Scotttrade Center in St. Louis, Missouri, exclusively on pay-per-view. 8 matches on the main card, 9 overall counting the pre-show match, which is what we're going to get right into. Pre-show match, it's going to be The Miz going one-on-one with Cody Rhodes. Going to go with The Miz here. I mean, we all know he's the more over of the two. Miz is going to, go over here. I mean, it's a darn shame because these two men deserve better because they are two of the best young workers in WWE today. And if they had put this bout on the main show, it would have been a solid 3-star bout easy based on the body of work. But YouTube pre-show, yeah, nothing really special here. They treat them as, ho-hum matches. Probably gonna be no more than 5 minutes, but gotta go with the awesome one here. 1.5 to 2-star bout at best. So we're just gonna move on to the main show. Chris Jericho one-on-one with Fandango. Fandango wins at WrestleMania against Chris Jericho. No big surprise. We all knew that was going to happen. But you can make an argument for Chris Jericho to get the payback here. That's what I was leaning towards originally going into this match. And of course, I also expected going into this match that this was going to be a Falls Count Anywhere match, which I felt would have best utilized their talents, body of work, what have you. But it looks like, barring a surprise announcement, that this is probably going to be just like their WrestleMania match, a straight-up one-on-one match, which is really not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a Falls Count Anywhere bout here, but like the Rolling Stones once said, you can't always get what you want. So, yeah. But anyways, Jericho has a tendency of putting over younger workers. We all know that. So because of that, I got to go with Fandango to make it 2 in a row here. We all know, and another reason why is also because Vince McMahon is very high up on the Fandango gimmick. It's his latest pet project. We all know that. So yeah, no reason to believe that Fandango can't win this bout. So I'm going to go with Fandango to win this match. Next up, Randy Orton one-on-one with the Big Show. This is going to be an Extreme Rules match. Come on. You really think Randy Orton's going to lose this match in his hometown? No, I don't think so. Orton's going to win this one here. I mean, look what CM Punk's done the last couple of years in his hometown. Defeat Chris Jericho in a Chicago street fight to retain the WWE Championship. Stole the show at last year's Extreme Rules. And the 2011 Money in the Bank beat John Cena. Greatest WWE title match of all time. Need I say more? So yeah, Randy Orton, this is straight up his alley. This is going to be an awesome hardcore brawl. Derek Flair and Michael Fletcher, they're going to love this match, no question about that. Because, me and Michael Bullock, we're more of the technical gurus, but especially me, so yeah, it's going to be a good hardcore match, but at the end of the day, Randy Orton wins. 9 times out of 10, the worker in the hometown gets the hometown rub. Enough said. So let's just move on to Sheamus and Mark Henry. This is going to be a strap match. Last strap match was in 2009 at this very event. The late great Eddie Umaga Fatu, God rest his soul, went up against CM Punk's Samoan strap match. CM Punk won that match and then went on to defeat Jeff Hardy for the World Heavyweight Championship after he cashed in the Money in the Bank after Jeff Hardy beat Edge in that awesome ladder match, as we all remember. And it was awesome, believe me. So, yeah. My colleague Derek Ferrer said that 96 with Savio Vega and Stone Cold Steve Austin at the Beware of Dogging Your House Part 2 was the last strap match. No, Derek, it was 2009 when Umaga and CM Punk battled in that Samoan strap match. That's the last one I can personally remember. Because I don't remember any other strap matches since then. Unless my memory's off, but, we'll have to look that up sometime. But, anywho, tough to call here, but if I gotta be honest, I gotta go with Sheamus here because he hasn't had a major pay-per-view win in a while. I mean, Mark Henry, he had a major pay-per-view win. That was last month at WrestleMania when he went over Ryback, which I could not believe happened because, on all honesty, nothing against Mark Henry, no disrespect. I love his body of work, but Ryback should have won that match. Let's not kid ourselves. But, it is what it is. But, yeah, but Sheamus has to get the win here. He hasn't had a big pay-per-view quality win in a while. Last one I can remember was, I believe it was the Night of Champions when he went up against Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship, which was the best match in that never-ending series. But yeah, gotta go with Sheamus here. He hasn't had that major win in a while on pay-per-view, so that's why I gotta go with the Celtic Warrior here. Next up, Shield time. Oh yeah. Shield member Dean Ambrose will challenge Kofi Kingston for the United States Championship. Of course, Kofi Kingston won the U.S. title from Antonio Cesaro on a Monday Night Raw, which was a very good bout. Ending Cesaro's long reign of over 8 months, which started at last year's SummerSlam when Cesaro beat Santino Marella on that pre-show. And recently, Kofi Kingston became a new father. His wife gave birth to a baby boy not too long ago, and I think this would be the perfect time for him to take some time off and bond with his new son, like any new father would. And because of that, I gotta go with Dean Ambrose to win the U.S. title. I mean, you all know, if you've been watching the Wrestling Forum as of late, you know, I've been talking about my love affair with not just Dean Ambrose, but the Shield altogether. But Dean Ambrose is my number one guy in the Shield, even though I love all three men. But Dean Ambrose is my number one guy, mainly not just because of his awesome technical background, but also because of his facial expressions, which he is one of the best sellers out there, all out Dolph Ziggler. But yeah, Ambrose wins the U.S. title on what's going to be the start of a huge night for the Hounds of Justice. And speaking of the Hounds of Justice, Ambrose's cohorts, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, they're going to challenge Team Hell No for the WWE Tag Team Championship in a Texas Tornado match. The Texas Tornado match really started in 1985. I remember watching this old video, which I rented from a video store here in Rhode Island. It was called WWF's Most Unusual Matches, and one of those matches was a Texas Tornado Tag Team match, which featured Roddy Piper and Cowboy Rob Orton going up against Superfly Jimmy Snuka and the Junkyard Dog in Madison Square Garden. And very good bout, 2.5 to 3 star match there, solid match, and I have no reason to believe that this bout can't be the same thing. Team Hell No will be going into their 245th day as WWE Tag Team Champions. They are the longest running champions in WWE right now. They've held their titles since all the way back in September at the Night of Champions pay-per-view when they defeated R-Truth and Kofi Kingston for those belts. At first, I thought the Team Hell No shtick was tired and played out, and at the point I'd go away because it was a bit of a campy comedy, funny, ha-ha nonsense, because you all know how much I cannot stand that, especially in professional wrestling. But over the last couple of months, I mean, they've actually been fun to watch. I will admit that. They've had some solid matches, and you know, they've been booked as a more serious tag team, which I've very much loved. But 245, they recently put an end to Cesaro's long run as U.S. champion. I think this is where Team Hell No's run finally ends. Gotta go with the Shield here. Gotta go with Rollins and Reigns to win the Tag Team Championship and complete a clean sweep night for the Shield. And we all know how very high up Vinnie Mac is on the Shield. And not just Vinnie Mac, but the Suits in Stamford, Connecticut. They're very high up on the Shield, and you can't blame them. Look at their body of work, for crying out loud. I mean, they've only lost one match as a team. That coming last week in that disqualification loss in that awesome mini Survivor Series match, that 3-on-3 match on Monday Night Raw, which was far and away the fight of the night, 3.5 to 4 stars, based on the body of work. But yeah, Shield win this. They'll be the new WWE Tag Team Champions, and we'll see how it goes from there. And it's going to be the beginning of even more bigger and better things for the Hounds of Justice, which is, in all honesty, the best thing going in WWE today, the best stable in WWE in a very long time. Like I said weeks ago, these guys put the Nexus and the Core combined. They put them to a shame, no doubt about it. So, yeah. So we're just going to move on to our next match, which is, I believe, yes, it's Alberto Del Rio going up against Jack Swagger. This is going to be a number 1 contenders world title match. I Quit Rules. This match originally was supposed to be a triple threat ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship with Dolph Ziggler, but Dolph Ziggler went down thanks to a concussion, thanks to Jack Swagger on a recent episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Damn shame, because I love the ladder matches, and without Dolph Ziggler in this ladder match stipulation, you know, we were very upset about this on the Wrestling Forum, you know, especially my colleague Michael Fletcher. He cried foul, screamed bloody murder, screamed injustice, and that's exactly what this is. This is an injustice, and, you know, the I Quit match really has never been anything really special. Let's face it, folks, the best I Quit match ever, let's not kid ourselves. Gotta go all the way back to 1985 at Starrcade when Magnum TA defeated Tully Blanchard for the U.S. title in an I Quit match. That was the greatest I Quit match ever. Part of that Starrcade anthology set, which I have, and oof, that was brutal. That's what an I Quit match should be. But story for another day. But at the end of the day, I mean, I have to go with Alberto Del Rio here. I mean, there's still some unfinished business between Del Rio and Ziggler, because Ziggler cashed in Money in the Bank on Del Rio on that Monday Night Raw in New Jersey the night after WrestleMania, which was, for me, the best Monday Night Raw of this year so far, mainly because of how raucous that New Jersey crowd was. And I gotta believe it's probably, for whoever wins the match, which I think is going to be Del Rio, expect that match possibly to go down to Payback in Chicago, and if that does, Ziggler is going to get a major rub. Let's not kid ourselves, because we all know how unpredictable and how out of control and wild that Chicago crowd is. Last two pay-per-views there, Extreme Rules last year, Money in the Bank 2011, need I say more, and Payback 2013, you know it's going to be just as amazing as those two were. But Del Rio wins this match. Of course, the WrestleMania bout was an average and mediocre fight. But I think this one could be a little better, but I'm not holding my breath. I don't think there's going to be really anything special. So, at the end of the day, I got to go with Alberto Del Rio to win this match and go up against Ziggler for the world title next month in Chicago at Payback. You heard it here first. Next match, steel cage match, Triple H against Brock Lesnar. I really hope this match exceeds our expectations. I mean, the last two matches have been average at best. I mean, SummerSlam, very disappointing, and then, of course, same thing with WrestleMania in that no-holds-barred match. But there's no question about it. I got to go with Brock Lesnar here. I mean, he needs to win way more than Triple H does. A loss will not hurt Hunter whatsoever. Steel cage match. I mean, I'm hoping this is the match that's going to be the best match of their series, although I'm not holding my breath on that one either. But let's face it, Lesnar needs it more. He's 1-2. He should be even. He should have been 2-1. He should have went over Cena last year, but, you know, that is what it is. But at the end, got to go with Lesnar to beat Triple H. I think it's going to be a solid steel cage match. I think this could be the second best fight of the night, maybe the fight of the night. You never know. Final match, main event, John Cena, Ryback, last man standing match for the WWE Championship. Come on. Do you really think the Golden Boy is going to lose the strap here? No. Not even close. John Cena wins this match, and don't be surprised, folks, if he pulls, yet again, the most annoying, tired, repetitive, played out segue in WWE history, the Super Cena routine. Come on, folks. Do you really think that's not going to happen here? We've seen it time and time again. It's beyond tired, beyond played out, and I'll even say it's at the point of go away, if I'm being honest. Please don't I really do not want to see the Super Cena shtick one more time. But, with our luck, it's probably going to happen, so yeah, expect Ryback to dominate the majority of this bout. He turned heel. I love the heel turn of him. I mean, I think this heel turn's done wonders for him. You know, he's cut some great backstage vignette promos. Still needs a little work on the live mic, but he's getting better with that. But at the end of the day, I mean, he's gotten a little more over as a heel, which I'm loving. And yeah, of course, that all started the night after WrestleMania, the Monday Night Raw in New Jersey. He turned on him, but the fans loved it. I mean, even though it was a heel turn, the fans were absolutely going crazy for it. And because we all know the IWC, we all know they're the biggest John Cena haters. And I'll tell you this right now: if Cena wins and pulls the Super Cena shtick one more time, oh boy, you know the IWC is going to have a major field day with that. So, and all I can say is, who knows? They might break the net. So, gotta go with John Cena here, and don't be surprised if it ends up being the Super Cena routine one more time. Alright, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, don't forget to join me, Derek Ferreira, Michael Fletcher, and Michael Bullock, 11 p.m. tomorrow night for our Extreme Rules recap show, our Extreme Rules recap edition of the Wrestling Forum. So, until 11 tomorrow night for our Extreme Rules recap, it's Anthony Floro saying, you know the routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah. Roll it up Fortune 4 style. Bye for now and have a great night, everybody. You're watching The Tone 25 on YouTube.com. Bye for now.